Hi, welcome to another edition of Everest Travels. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're going to be talking about Hotel Derby Eiffel. This hotel is located in the heart of Paris near...
it's near the Eiffel Tower, guys. It's so close to the Eiffel Tower, I think it was like a 5-minute walk.
Thus the name Hotel Derby Eiffel. It was named after the location of the Eiffel Tower. It's almost like they planned that. Or it was the tower named after the hotel.
Huh.
Guess we'll never know. When planning your trip to Paris, you're probably thinking, I really want to be in the heart of the city, near where everything's happening, thinking about the landmarks, the glittering lights. Well, Hotel Derby Eiffel gets you close to the Eiffel Tower. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like the busiest part of the city, but there's certainly a lot going on where you are, and it's easily accessible to wherever you need to go.
I think there's a couple of subways nearby that we used every day that we were there. It's located in a quiet neighborhood, like you said, very family friendly. There's grocery stores, there's bakeries, there's parks nearby. Like, it really is kind of this sort of quaint, suburban kind of area within the city.
When we first arrived, we got outside the metro station, École Militaire, and we walked like 2 feet ahead, and then we started to see the sign for the hotel. We didn't realize it was so close to a subway. You know, sometimes maps don't fully do it justice, but it was really close. It was less than a 5-minute walk to and from the subway, and that was a subway that wasn't necessarily the main line. It was the 8 line, but within a stop or two, you could get to any real hub. They could get you on the 1, or it could get you on the RER to the Charles de Gaulle Airport, or to Disneyland Paris, wherever you were planning to go throughout the day.
The location is truly really good, and just walkability alone, like, I think it took us, 10 minutes to get to Eiffel Tower. We took a walk to Luxembourg Gardens, Jardin Luxembourg, and that was like a 20-minute walk. It was like a really good 20-minute walk.
On the way to the Luxembourg Gardens, about 10 minutes away, was the Palace Invalides, Napoleon's resting place.
Right.
And one of the things that also sometimes took us a little longer to get to places was stopping in and out of all the local patisseries, eating some croissants, eating some macarons, as we enjoyed the city of Paris.
Once we arrived from the subway station, it was basically a 3 to 5 minute walk. It was really, really sweet. I mean, outside you walk in, they have like chairs and tables set up, very Parisian. So you can sit down, have your coffee outside, and you come in, you're kind of welcomed by a very small lobby, but like, it does the job, you know? There's a very friendly person working the front desk, couple of chairs there. Our room wasn't ready, so we had to leave our bags in the lobby, which wasn't very scary. I don't know why. Like, usually I feel very scared leaving my stuff there, but it seemed kind of safe.
Hotel Derby Eiffel is a 3-star hotel in Paris. And you can kind of start to see that once you leave the lobby area. The lobby, like Jennifer was saying, it was very nice. And, you know, when we walked in, it felt safe. But I'd say once we checked in and we entered the elevator, we realized, you know what, this is a hotel, probably a retrofitted hotel from former homes, right in the heart of Paris. The elevator was built, I'd say, way after the building was built, and was a very, very tight fit.
It's a very European elevator. Let's just say that. We, family of 3 with 2 suitcases and some backpacks, we were able to fit in there, which was good, but it was definitely tight. We stayed in room 31 on the 3rd floor. The room included a queen-size bed as well as a single bed, a TV, a desk, also had a mini fridge there, which was fantastic. There was a bench or a place to store your suitcases. There's also a nice sized closet. It wasn't huge. It looked like an IKEA type closet that had shelves and a safe, as well as some extra bedding, I believe.
It did not include an ironing board.
There was no ironing board or an iron in that room, which was kind of interesting.
One of the nice amenities I found, depending on where you're coming from, if you're coming from Europe, you're going to have easily accessible plugs. But they also had a North American plug outlet, which allowed us to charge our phones and our cameras with ease. So I appreciate that. I wasn't expecting it. We had adapters. Always bring an adapter with you when you're traveling too. a different continent. The bathroom was nice and spacious. I found the shower head a little small. It was a little lower to the ground than I'm used to.
Two things that kind of bothered me. No, okay, three things. Number one, the black garbage bag. Something about black garbage bag really throws me off. But listen, we're not staying at the Ritz-Carlton, so it's just like, why is it black? I don't know why. It just stood out because it's like, anyways, you'll see it. There's a little bit of calcium on the wall, and I know that like European water, I think, is harder than North American water. A lot of calcium on the wall of the bathroom. Totally fine. For me, it was all about the vibe. So I felt like, oh, I'm in Europe, whatever. We did get a lot. The third thing was we did get a lot of toiletries that were in the bathroom. Like it came with like shampoo, soaps, and all that. Very generic ones though, like nothing that you would, no brand names or anything like that.
Well, our room and even the rooms in our front were kind of slanted to a way that you couldn't see the Eiffel Tower. You just had to walk out a few feet and look up, and then at nighttime you could see it sparkling.
The room itself was very nice and clean. It wasn't very bright. Where our room was located, it had a view of the courtyard, so there's not a lot of light coming in. But it was nice. It was clean. It seemed like it was maybe recently updated in the last 10 years, I would say. And it had a little corner for a single bed if you're traveling with kids.
One thing that I think scared me, it might be just, again, going back to the European way of life. In North America, we're so used to having screens, especially screens higher up, to have even just a mesh covering. These screens, you can just open it up and fall out if you weren't being careful. So having a toddler with us made me a little more cautious to leave the windows open on those hot Paris summer days.
I also really did like also that have a window in the bathroom. Not a lot of hotel rooms have that. The window's kind of open and it's just right there. So there was some safety sort of concerns with it.
One thing I had to get used to with the European system was the base floor of the hotels typically was floor 0 as opposed to floor 1. But with that in mind, when it came to this hotel, floor -1 was where you would go to get your breakfast. Some room packages included a continental breakfast. Some you could go down there and pay on your own. The breakfast was typically 14 euros a day, and it consisted of a selection of baked goods, some cheeses, some yogurt, cold crepes.
Cold crepes.
Yeah, lots of Nutella. You grab some Nutella, bring it back to your room to snack on for later.
And also lots of cheese. Like we did grab a lot of cheese while we were there because
we like cheese. Baby Bells by the dozen.
So once you got there, they offered you like a sort of tea, coffee, or anything like that, and you basically sat and indulged before your big adventure in the city. The room itself was kind of cool because you felt like you're going back in time in a way. I wonder what it initially was before it was in the hotel room. Like, was this a kitchen? Was this a dungeon? I don't know. Either way, it looked really cool.
The atmosphere was almost that of an old castle. Like the walls were made of rock, unlike anything in the old house or in the rest of the hotel, which is probably just like, a basement.
Yeah,
that's how you were building back in the days. But it definitely had an ambiance to it. I think it was a very approachable breakfast and something that could get your day started for a price that it was included for us. 14 euros. If we just walk out a little bit, we could have found some better prices, probably better tasting petit déjeuners. Is that how you say it?
Petit déjeuner.
Petit déjeuner. But for the convenience and the fact that it was included, we enjoyed the breakfast. In addition to the breakfast hall, there was also a little mini bar area that also had an internet cafe section for guests to access. We didn't spend a lot of time here, but it was certainly a nice looking, fancy little bar.
It was nice. Actually, we did spend some time there before our room was ready. We did the whole thing in the city, and then we just needed to get back because our toddler needed to nap. So we did spend some time there while she napped, and we waited for our room. And it was nice. I had a TV going. There isn't a bartender there at all times. I think that you have to maybe ask for a drink or something. I don't know how it worked, but it was nice. Nice little room. Nice little place. We get a drink before dinner. Hotel Derby Eiffel is truly a pretty good hotel, especially if you're visiting Paris for the first time. You want to be in a location that's safe. You want to be in a location that's close to things. You kind of want to be close to the Eiffel Tower because, you kind of want to see it all the time. This is kind of the perfect hotel.
If location is your number one concern, I definitely say that this would meet your criteria.
I recommend it for families. I think that, especially the way the rooms are, you could have your bed and an area for your kids. I would also say great for couples. It's kind of a sexy hotel room in a way.
Rooms were clean, space was clean, easily accessible. What I didn't love, kind of dirty in the hallways. And when we first checked in, we had to leave our luggage out in just the main lobby accessible to everybody.
There was some safety issues when it came to the windows. I mean, that's definitely something that we were concerned about, especially having a 3-year-old with us who could easily open the windows.
And now for how much we paid. We paid 344 Canadian, which roughly works out to be $259 American. And then in euros, it was about 238 euros per night.
Thank you for watching our review of Hotel Derby Eiffel.
And let us know in the comments if you'd stay here or what your favorite Parisian hotel is.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel content from Everest Travels.